Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're exploring a deeply meaningful summer holiday in Japan. We're going to keep this simple, clear, and totally fuss-free. We're just looking directly at the facts to understand exactly how a modern nation celebrates its deep historical bond with the sea.
So how does an island nation actually say thank you to the sea? It's kind of a beautiful concept, right? For a country that is literally surrounded by water on all sides, the ocean isn't just some boundary on a map, it's an absolute lifeline. It provides food, transportation, protection. And figuring out how to formally express gratitude for all of that, well, that's exactly what this explainer is all about.
Section 1. What is Marine Day? Okay, let's dive into this.
Marine Day, or Umi no Hi, is a Japanese national holiday dedicated to expressing gratitude for the ocean's bounty and praying for the continued prosperity of Japan as a maritime nation. So it has this really specific twofold purpose. First, giving a huge collective thank you for all the blessings and resources the sea provides. And second, taking a moment to reflect on just how incredibly important the ocean is to the country's past, present, and future.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the date has changed over time. Originally, Marine Day was locked in on the calendar for July 20th, but in 2003, Japan shifted it to the third Monday of July. This was part of the Happy Monday system, which is a brilliant initiative designed to guarantee more three-day weekends for the workforce. And here's a fun little fact. Because of how calendar cycles work, in the year 2026, that third Monday is actually going to perfectly land on July 20th again.
Section 2. The Emperor's Historic Voyage. So where did this holiday come from?
Well, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's actually a pretty simple linear evolution. It all starts way back in 1876 with the Emperor's Voyage. Decades later, in 1941, it gets formalized as Marine Memorial Day. Fast forward to 1995, and it finally becomes an official public holiday before moving to that Happy Monday spot we just talked about in 2003.
Let's zoom in on that very first timeline event, July 20, 1876. That original 1941 Marine Memorial Day was actually set up to commemorate this exact historical moment. It marks the successful return of Emperor Meiji to Yokohama port. He had just finished this massive, totally unprecedented tour of the Tohoku and Hokkaido regions up in northern Japan.
And he completed this voyage aboard the Meiji Maru, a Scottish-built lighthouse inspection steamship. The absolutely crucial thing here, and it's a surprising historical contrast, is that this was the very first time a Japanese emperor had ever traveled on a ship that wasn't a warship. It was a massive symbol of a modernizing Japan, heavily focusing on maritime infrastructure and peaceful navigation.
Section 3. Becoming a national holiday. So how did this commemorative event turn into a highly anticipated day off for the general public? Well, for many decades, Marine Memorial Day was really just a day of remembrance, not an actual public day off. But eventually, it became the first national holiday to fall in the summer months. Public support grew for a highly practical reason. See, there was this massive, long gap on the Japanese calendar between Golden Week in May and the next batch of national holidays in September. People simply wanted a summer break. Recognizing this, the government finally designated Marine Day an official national holiday in 1995, perfectly filling that long summer void.
Section 4. Celebrating the ocean today. Let's move into how people actually spend this long weekend now.
Modern Marine Day is a fantastic blend of leisure, cultural events, and education. You've got your classic beach outings for swimming and surfing, of course, but you also see people visiting aquariums and maritime museums, which host special educational programs to teach the public all about marine life. Plus, local coastal towns go all out with festivals featuring parades of decorated boats, incredible fireworks displays right over the sea, and bustling seafood markets. To ground these broad concepts, let's look at a specific, real-world example: Ishiki Beach in Hayama. This is a super popular spot that sees massive crowds gathering on Marine Day. Families and friends flock here to take advantage of the beautiful summer weather, turning the whole shoreline into a vibrant, joyful celebration of the sea and the season.
But you know, it's not all just about relaxing. It is very much about giving back too. Protecting the ocean is a core part of how the holiday is observed. Communities organize widespread environmental initiatives like beach cleanups and ecological workshops designed specifically for kids. Additionally, a lot of port cities hold open days where the Japan Coast Guard puts on live marine safety demonstrations. So it's really about actively respecting and caring for the ocean, not just enjoying it.
And let's be honest, we can all connect with the universal love for some time off. For many folks in Japan, Marine Day is known as the unofficial start of summer vacation.
Because it always guarantees a long weekend, thanks to the Happy Monday system, it's the absolute prime time for domestic summer travel to kick off. And for school children across the country, Marine Day usually marks the very beginning of their highly anticipated summer break.
As we wrap up, consider this. Japan honors its maritime roots every single summer. It is baked right into their calendar and their culture. So how often do we pause to thank the ocean for its bounty? It's a pretty powerful question to ask ourselves about the natural resources we rely on every single day. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.